Life is a journey of growth, love and learning, but not everyone walking beside you is there to see you succeed. Some people stay close to you not because they love you, but because they are curious about your failures. It's a hard truth to accept, but once you see it for what it is, it becomes easier to protect your peace. Understanding that some people are only present to witness your downfall is the beginning of true freedom. It's painful to realize that not everyone who smiles at you has good intentions. When you are at your lowest, sick in a hospital bed, struggling with a failing business, or mourning a loved one, that's when the truth about people's hearts is revealed. Some are there to lift you up, but others are just there to observe, quietly hoping you won't rise again. The hardest part about envy is that it often comes from people you trusted. The ones who stood by you during your good days may not be there to celebrate with you. They were just waiting for a moment to see you stumble. They don't hate you because you've done them wrong. They hate you because you are thriving, because your light reminds them of their own darkness. Sometimes the most dangerous people are not your enemies. They are the ones who sit close, the ones who know your dreams and your struggles. They smile when you share your successes, but inside, they are hoping you will fail. They mask their jealousy with concern, but their energy betrays them. When you are hurting, you crave comfort, but not everyone who shows up is there to heal you. Some are there to confirm that you are weak. They offer words that sound like kindness, but beneath them is a quiet satisfaction that you are not doing well. Joseph's story is one of the clearest examples of how envy can come from the people closest to you, even family. Joseph was Jacob's favorite son, and his brothers knew it. They became jealous when Joseph shared his dreams about his future greatness, where his brothers would bow down to him. Genesis chapter 37 verse 4 says, "When his brothers saw that their father loved him more than any of them, they hated him and could not speak a kind word to him." Despite Joseph doing nothing wrong, his brothers' jealousy grew to the point where they plotted against him. They stripped him of his robe and sold him into slavery. Their actions were not driven by love or concern, but by envy and resentment. Joseph's brothers stayed close to him, not to uplift him, but to tear him down when the opportunity arose. Sometimes the people closest to you may betray you out of envy, but God can turn betrayal into a blessing. One of the most heartbreaking examples of betrayal in the Bible is that of Judas Iscariot's betrayal of Christ. Judas was not a stranger. He was one of Christ's 12 disciples, part of his inner circle. He witnessed Christ's miracles, heard his teachings, shared meals with him. Yet Judas was secretly plotting against Christ. he agreed to hand him over to the chief priest for 30 pieces of silver. Matthew chapter 26 verses 14 to 16 says, Then one of the 12, the one called Judas Iscariot, went to the chief priest and asked, What are you willing to give me if I deliver him over to you? So they counted out for him 30 pieces of silver. From then on, Judas watched for an opportunity to hand him over. Judas even betrayed Christ with a kiss, a gesture that should have symbolized closeness and love. Matthew chapter 26 verses 49 to 50 states, Going at once to Christ, Judas said, Greetings, Rabbi, and kissed him. Christ replied, Do what you come for, friend. Then the men stepped forward, seized Christ, and arrested him. Judas stayed close to Christ, not out of love, but to exploit an opportunity for personal gain. Even though Christ knew Judas would betray him, he remained composed and at peace. He did not confront Judas harshly, but allowed the situation to unfold according to God's plan. This teaches us that not everyone who sits at your table is loyal to you. Sometimes those closest to you are only present to take advantage of your vulnerability. Protecting your peace means discerning when someone's intentions are harmful and having the courage to step back. True strength comes when you start protecting your energy. You don't owe everyone access to your life, especially those who secretly wish for your downfall. You have the right to close the door on those who drain your spirit rather than feel it. It's not betrayal, it's survival. It's tempting to confront people when you realize their true intentions, but you don't have to. Sometimes the best response is silence. Simply pull back. Stop sharing your dreams with them. Stop seeking their validation. Let them feel the absence of your trust without explanation. They will notice the change. They will sense that you've distanced yourself, and it will bother them, not because they care about you, but because they can no longer feed off your energy. They will try to pull back in with false concern, but will know better this time. Some will react with anger. They will twist the story to make you the villain. They will speak to others and try to poison them against you. Let them. Anyone who can be turned against you without hearing your side of the story was never truly with you to begin with. Protecting your peace means being prepared to walk alone sometimes. It means accepting that some people you thought would always be there were only passing through. Your only responsibility is to guard your heart. When you stop giving certain people access to your life, you will notice how peaceful things become. The tension will fade. Your energy will feel lighter. That's because you've made room for those who genuinely care about you, not just those who are curious about your struggles. Don't be afraid to let go. Let go of the fear that you will be misunderstood. Let go of the guilt for choosing yourself. It's not selfish to protect your peace. It's necessary for your growth. The right people will understand, and those who don't were never truly meant to stay. Growth requires pruning. Just as a tree sheds dead branches to thrive, you must release the people whose energy weighs you down. It's not an act of cruelty, it's an act of self-preservation. You deserve to grow without the shadow of envy lingering over you. You will find that once you've removed those people from your life, the blessings will flow more freely. Without the weight of jealousy and hidden malice, you will walk lighter, you will dream bigger, you will feel safer in your own skin, because the people around you will truly be rooting for you. It's not about revenge or resentment, it's about peace. You don't have to wish them harm, you just have to wish them away from your energy. Let them go with grace. Their absence will create space for better things. It's hard to lose people you once trusted. It's painful to realize that some bonds were built on convenience rather than love. But once you know the truth, you are free to build a life grounded in authenticity, surrounded by people who truly have your back. When you choose yourself, you will see who remains. The ones who celebrate you without jealousy, who sit with you in silence when you are broken, who pray for you in secret. These are your people. Hold them close. They are rare and precious. Forgive those who watched you struggle with a quiet smile, not for their sake, but for yours. Release the bitterness. Let them carry the weight of their own envy. Your heart is too precious to be burdened by resentment. Trust your intuition. When someone's energy feels off, believe it. When you sense jealousy behind a compliment, pay attention. When you notice someone disappearing when you succeed, but appearing when you struggle, don't ignore the signs. Protect your space. You are not obligated to keep anyone in your life. You are allowed to outgrow relationships. You are allowed to walk away from people who no longer align with your path. When you make space for peace, love and authenticity, the right people will feel it. Protect your peace and everything else will fall into place. Just as Joseph eventually forgave his brothers and Christ responded to Judas without bitterness, you are called to protect your peace without holding on to resentment. If someone's presence in your life feels toxic, it's okay to step back without hostility. Pray for them, but don't allow their energy to affect your peace. Trust that God sees what's happening behind closed doors, and just like Joseph and Christ, He will give you the strength and wisdom to handle betrayal with grace. Not everyone close to you is there to support you, but God will protect you and turn betrayals into a stepping stone for your purpose. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you.